throw that kickstand down, pop a cold one, and sit back and relax. It's time for the John and Heather Show, featuring John and Heather Toto, Florida's favorite biker couple, documenting the biker lifestyle and bringing you the latest in events and interviews from the biker world. And now, here's John and Heather.
Hey, it's the
John and
Heather Show, coming to you live from
our production studio, riding with Born to Ride.
That's right, and we're so happy to be with you on this lovely Taco Tuesday, and it is just a beautiful Tuesday. We've had a great week.
Yes, we have.
And a wonderful weekend.
It's been beautiful weather down here.
Yes, it has. It's been lovely weather.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a little bit of a cold snap, but we've had some wonderful weather.
Mm-hmm.
We have had some wonderful riding, and we've had some good times.
Yep, and we went out to Gibtown.
Yes, we did. Gibtown Bike Fest.
Gibtown Bike Fest was awesome. We had the bike show there put on by Born to Ride. We had 10 class bike show. We had all the vendors. We had all the games. We had, the monkeys on dogs, and we had,
we
the
had
wall of
everything.
death, and we had all the vendors, and just
we even
everything.
had Fran Hash show up and visit us.
Yes, she did. She came by and showed up, and it was just wonderful.
It was, and guess what? Tonight we've got a superb guest with us.
Awesome guest.
We do. We've got Woody from the Buffalo Chip with us.
The owner of the Buffalo Chip is here on the show, and he's going to be going over everything that's going on, coming up a little bit of backstage, behind stuff. We're going to be asking him some questions, and he's going to be here, and you could listen to, what's going on and behind the scenes, things that you wouldn't normally know. We'll see how much Woody is going to spill the beans.
That's right. We'll get to that a little bit later this evening. But tonight we've got Camp Easy Ride
Only
coming to you.
To play and stay. Simply arrive, party, drop, and repeat. It is an awesome venue. It is if you like to go glamping. If you don't like to just show up in a tent, you want to show up with a queen-size pillow top mattress, a little porch, a jacuzzi, a masseuse, a barbecue,
a stripper,
a
masseuse.
You would not believe what they have there. A bar, yes, true. Bar, and they have grills, they have all kinds of stuff, and you really want to go there. Go ahead and look at Camp Easy Ride. You could go on Facebook. You could book your reservations. They will be coming up.
And guess what? They will be. That's right. They're
right there.
For Bike Week, guys.
At the Cackleberry Campgrounds at Bike Week starting February 28th. Book your reservations now.
Through March 9th.
There are spots available if you want to have a rig and you want to stay at the Cackleberry Campgrounds. You can go on Facebook. It's Ronnie Williams will be taking your reservation. If you want to go and glamp, also at the
Camp Easy Ride.
Camp Easy Ride at that's a tongue tied.
Yeah.
Camp Easy Ride at the Cackleberry.
Baby.
Camp Easy Ride. You want to go there? Just go ahead and contact them on Facebook. Awesome place to play and stay.
That's right. And we would love to have you there. We'll be there and we'll be taking your pictures. So come on and see us there.
That's right.
All right, guys. So we've got a very busy week ahead of us. Like John said, we have Chris Meir joining us. Hi, Chris Meir. She was out at Gibtown with us.
She was.
She had a good time. She got to see monkeys on dogs.
Monkeys on dogs. And she's also the CEO, her and her husband, of the CARES.
Bikers
Cares.
Yes.
A wononderful organization.
Charitable
organization. You can find them online, too, if you want to make a donation.
Yes, they are a wonderful organization. But Gibtown, back to Gibtown. Gibtown was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
We had great time.
Mm-hmm.
It was busy. We went out Friday.
Yes, we did.
Saturday. No, we went out Friday. Saturday.
No, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, we had to do some day shoots because unfortunately our camper is still getting repaired.
From Sturgis, last time we were out at the Buffalo Chip. We came back from the Buffalo Chip.
Right outside of Kansas City, I whoop-de-dooed a 32,000-pound RV.
Whoop-de-doo!
It wasn't my fault either. It was nothing I could do. It was a hole in the road. We hit it. I saw the other cars hitting it like this in front of me. I slowed down. It just wasn't enough. Blew out the air ride, you name it. It was lots of money, but thank God Progressive covered it. We didn't have to get stuck with the bill.
That's right. Well, let me show you a little bit of a video from Gibtown so we can see a little bit of Gibtown and then we can talk about it. Well, there you go. That's a little bit of Gibtown for you.
Just a little bit of Gibtown, just some of the sights and sounds that were there. We just put together a little collage for you.
Oh, there we go. We got Mike Martini from Steel Horse Radio on
103.9 out of Brooksville. Go ahead and tune into Steel Horse Radio.
Hi, Mike Martini. How you doing, my friend? So glad to have you join us. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Yes, definitely.
All right, let's go ahead. We'll show you another little bit of Gibtown. Here we go. Here's some more Gibtown from this weekend. Well, there you go. That's some more at Gibtown. We really did have a good time out of Gibtown. And this was the first year at Gibtown that it was not incredibly cold.
85 degrees. It was typical Florida. It feels like a Florida spring day. It looks like the Canadians closed the screen door for us.
It was nice out. It surely was nice.
The Canadians closed the screen door down, and that was just the best thing. It's the first year that I wasn't bundled up and triple layered with a leather jacket on.
Me also.
Because I remember that one year we woke up, it was 30 degrees out.
Yeah, it was freezing.
God.
It was like we were out in South Dakota.
Yeah, no joke.
With Woody.
Yeah, no joke. That's some cold weather that we normally have. But January is generally one of the coldest months anyway. January and February.
Yeah. So this was not bad.
Yes.
This was great. And we got to wear our little outfits.
Oh, you got to wear your little outfit.
Me and Barbie did. Yeah, well, Barbie the welder was with us,
Barbie
our best friend.
Ran into Barbie the welder. We ran into Fran Hash. We ran into Mike Martini, who's
here's here. Mark, and he's Mike's got a little bit. He's telling us about Nature Coast Bike Fest,
which is coming up.
Yeah, they've got their Big Sheding in Inverness.
Well, it's so great
in March.
Because that's the one that it's 18 minutes away. Oh my God, it's the greatest. It's a bike show that's actually 18 minutes away, not an hour and 45 or 2.5 hours.
It's right down the street from our house.
4 days, 3 nights worth of driving.
It's wonderful.
You know where that's at.
Yeah, so Mike, tell us a little bit. Put up the logistics for that.
And we'll go ahead and
let everybody know about the Florida Nature Coast Bike Fest
in Inverness. I forgot what park it's at. In Inverness.
Let us know about that, the dates, and everything else, so we can put it up on here. Okay? Yeah, all right, definitely. Mike. Thank you. All right, so we've got everything else going on. Here it is. Oh, we got Al Lights joining us. Good evening, Al Lights. Well, how are you, fine sir?
Busted. Yeah, we got everybody chiming on tonight.
Yes, we do. Everybody wants to see Woody.
Yeah, because
from the Buffalo Chip.
That's true. I mean, that's the man, the myth, the legend himself. I mean, he's the one that started all of that. So,
I mean, come on now. The Buffalo Chip has been an icon, a staple for Sturgis for so long.
The Buffalo Chip has been an icon for all bikers.
For all bikers.
For all bikers.
Yeah. And I think, we're going to be ready in just a few minutes. So we will look forward to bringing Woody on in just a few minutes if he's ready. Let me see. Woody, if you're ready, give us a thumbs up, sir. Oh, he's ready. All right. Well, let's bring him on without further ado. Hi, Woody. How you
doing, Woody?
Hey, good evening. Good evening. Glad to see you guys are still having fun.
Oh, always having fun. That's the nature of life, is to have fun and enjoy it with friends and family.
That's why we're all here.
That's true. Now, we got some questions for you here, Woody, that we want to ask you, and I'm sure our fans would love to hear you answer them for us. First question I got for you is for anyone watching who hasn't met you yet, who is Woody off camera?
Well, that's a pretty unusual question, actually. But, yeah, when we don't have the rally, I'm just here working, taking care of a little black cat here that wants to get on camera. And, so we got a pretty nice crew of people here. And one of them has been an excellent trainer and friend for now 20 some years. And we built a really nice gym right behind the office. So when they're not in the rally, he works out quite a little bit because that's just what he does. And I come in the morning about 5:30, 6 o'clock. From 6 to 7, we work out. And then we have a little staff meeting with the early birds here at 7. And I run home for a little oatmeal or something and a pretty nice little shower and make it back here about 8 or 8:15. And it's just then just plan for the future, right? Respond to all the things that are going on, answer the phone, answer some emails. And so, yeah, it's fun because you get to meet challenges, you get to make plans, you get to see how other people want to be involved and want to improve it, virtually everything around. So that's what makes it fun, keeps it fresh.
I like that. That's always a great way of looking at it. Keeping things fresh and keeping things interesting is always the spice of life.
And he's able to do that every year.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
I really don't know how to do
stuff.
Well, you guys, this is your 264th show, so you know how to do it. Only my 45th, right?
Your show's a little bigger than ours, though, Woody. A little bit more preparation.
Well, but that's one of the things that over the years I became, appreciative of, and that is people would show up and say, "Well, what's new this year?" Or maybe they saw it just coming in, and so everybody likes change as long as it's not too much and as long as it makes things prettier, easier, more fun.
Yeah, that is true. Now, I got a question for you, sir. How did you personally get involved with the Buffalo Chip, and what made you stay?
Oh, that's another thing that just really not exactly out of a textbook, but just it was a natural outgrowth of throwing keg parties in high school. And so when when the local community wanted to make sure that they could figure out a way to keep motorcyclists from coming into town, it just seemed like, well, what the hell? Let's find some place close to town where people be welcome to go and could be just free to goof off, right? Have a beer, have a party. So that's what got us going, and it was fun, a lot of fun, and you made new friends, right? And what
Yes.
keeps you staying is that, of course. And then along the way, there's some folks that didn't want to rally around before all of a sudden started thinking that, geez, we could be making a lot of money here. And so then they just kind of discouraged our business rather than encouraging it. So you got people that want to drive you out of business in any way they can. And then you got the other folks that say, oh, God, we love having someplace to go. And, this is an escape. People get a vacation here and get to just relax, right? There's just no pressure for anything. They can just relax, goof off, make new friends, go for a ride through the hills, see some iconic natural formations like Bear Butte over here and its sister, the Devil's Tower, 100 miles away, and Mount Rushmore, 45 minutes away. There's just Needles Highway, all these things, so cool. So yeah, we had a real nice place. Then you come back here at night and have a good time, right?
Oh yeah, the
You
entertainment's
had
always
your
over.
ride, you get to enjoy that, and then you come back and it's time to goof off, relax.
Have a good time, make new friends, and just experience freedom at the
Oh
utmost
God, yes.
iconic level.
So one of the things for me that I've noticed is standing in the middle of Honor Field, with the flags all around you, it almost seems like you're in Arlington. That's the feeling I get when I'm there.
Our Freedom Field is very meaningful. And there's every year there's more than one person who goes into that field and comes out tear stained. And I think everybody looks at it with pride
Yes.
and participation in it. And so, yeah, you can't beat that. One of the TV guys said, we just need more of this because nowhere in the cities and the rest of the country are they really encouraging patriotism, anything about our history, that sort of thing. And we've been blessed to be able to bring some of that here.
That is awesome. Now, what I want to ask you, what does a normal day look like during the rally week for you?
Oh my God, nothing's normal because
Yeah, I
we've
know
been there and it's crazy.
Yeah, that's what's a normal day. There isn't really a normal day.
Well, that is normal, I mean, if you got thousands of people that are camped either in a tent or an RV or a cabin, and they hit the rack whatever time they want to, and they get up whenever they want to, and then they do the normal things, right? And get on your motorcycle and go for a spin. Come back a few hours later and take a shower, just kind of and then get ready for a party, right? Go watch other people having fun, and maybe a little bit of that enjoyment will rub off, right?
That's right. That's how it always is.
It does. It works like that. And so, yeah, nobody comes here to have a good time, and that's why everybody has a really great time. When they leave here, when they leave here, they leave with memories that aren't ever going to go away. And that's why they come back again next year, because there's going to be more memories, and then they're going to be able to commiserate or memorize, pick that up, but, commemorate some of the memories they had before with friends they made in prior years here. So it just doesn't seem like it can get better than that. And really, that's a big reason for us too. I mean, we can't possibly go all the places to see all the people that we made friends with because of this place, but they can all come here and we can all group out and goof off together and do it again next year, right? So
I love that.
I love
a
that.
2-year period of time that people can get through about a week of it without getting too worn out, pretending that they're still in high school or anything, right? And that's really that's really it. So, people come here and they start thinking, well, this I can do it. I can do whatever I want. I mean, there just aren't those kind of restrictions. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's helpful. And I think one of those things that just stick out. I had a lady here that she made a point of finding me and telling me, she says, we stay at 5-star hotels all around the world, eat at 5-star restaurants, and it's his business. And I go along and we're doing all these fancy things, and I'm always wanting to get home. And here I am out in the middle of a pasture, camping with people that are up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning if they want to be, and partying, having a beer, listening to some of the best entertainment anywhere. And I don't want to leave. Right.
No.
And so
I drive 4 days to get there.
Well, anyway, so yeah, it just makes that kind of impression on people. It has that relationship with people, and that woman's husband, that was several years ago, and they hadn't been here for a few years, and I had a call from him about a week ago saying, absolutely, we're coming back finally, right? We miss it. So
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, again, they made friends here too, and those other friends made other friends. There's more people here that So anyway, that's kind of our deal. I mean, and that's really what the whole biker community is a big gob of nice people that have friends. It's another little thing I tell people all the time. The people say, well, how can you have so many people and never have any trouble? And it's because it's all nice people. And
That's
so,
true.
and the local people finally caught on to that because, again, it's the motorcyclists that are the big tippers. They're the motorcyclists that are coming around and being happy, right? It's the motorcyclists that are really, or motorcyclists that are enjoying life. And so, yeah, the locals changed. I mean, they're happy to have the bikers coming.
Because now they're drawing a lot of money in for them too.
Well, there's some money involved, that's for sure. People get to rent their homes out to people if whatever, and you got friends coming that you haven't seen for a while, and people all around the world that haven't been here. There's a lot of them that are curious about what really goes on here, right? And again, this fella today says, you can't go anywhere in the world without knowing what's going on at Sturgis and the Buffalo Chip, right? And so you just got that reputation, and it's all, almost all word of mouth. There's a lot of television involved over the years, but it's basically word of mouth. People just telling other people how much fun they had here and why.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever look back at everything you've done and just say, wow?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
It's impressive.
There've been some times, I mean, we're always looking at the future. When you're in show business, which is one of the aspects of this whole thing, the rule is you're never, you're only as good as your next show. So we are always looking for how we can make it better. And it's been so good, so much fun, so many people enjoying themselves here and actually developing an affinity for the place that, we just got to think, what can we do next year to make it a little better for them, to give them something new to see and new to do.
How long in advance do you start to prepare?
Yeah, that's a good one.
We're preparing all the time. So you have the planning stuff. That's the big thing. Here's a great idea. There's a great idea. And there's 2,000 bad ideas, or maybe we have to wait another 10 years before we can do those, right? Because we got a lot to do before we can get there. I mean, we started off, that way, just nothing but a pasture, and did one step at a time to get here, right? 45 years. And so that's really takes up our whole year, is planning for the future. So we had meetings today and with telephone calls with people that want to participate, from both coasts, and it just never stops. So, but our goal is, okay, what we're doing today, what we're going to have ready for this year in 2026, how's that going to fit into where we think we want to be in 30, right?
Yeah.
Or 2035. And
Yep.
really, I'm always thinking that, I've been telling people this for years, and for now it's not so, doesn't sound so crazy anymore, but we're preparing for the 100th, right?
Why not?
Why not, right?
Yeah.
It's going to happen, and we want to be ready for it because we weren't ready for the 50th. We clearly admit that, right? The 50th caught us off guard. We did not. People told me for 2 years I didn't have a clue, and we proved it.
I want to ask you a question. Who has been one of your favorite performers that you've had there, and why?
Or one of your most unique performers.
Yeah. Well, those are pretty, I have a couple of standout memories on that, but I always also like to say, the part of what makes this place so great, first of all, is the audience. The audience is famous, and people want to come. Artists now want to come here. When we started, nobody ever heard of South Dakota, right? And you couldn't get anybody to stop if they were driving through because they didn't know where they were at. So it kind of goes like that. But when it started and got going, that word of mouth went straight to Nashville, and we had people from Nashville, renting buses and gathering up, a group of studio musicians and coming out to party and just be part of it. And that really built things up a bunch. It helped a lot. And so when the artists started coming after they heard what this unique audience was out here, then it just seemed like the people were it worked better. But I mean, the bands, they actually would create different shows to be here, right? And something just for the audience. And they'd be nervous about coming because, are they going to like us? That kind of thing. And, William Morris Agency would send out somebody that's a rising star. CAA send out somebody that they know is going to make it, but they need to build an audience. And so, they'd send them out. And so they're nervous. Is this going to work? Is that going to work? And we got some pretty ridiculous stories about that. But your question was, who really stands out and does that? And I always tell people about two people that are clearly the standouts. Toby Keith.
Oh yeah,
that man was a saint, and he was just a great entertainer and music. Everything about that guy is top notch. Yes. And the other guy, same thing. Different in lots of ways, but same thing. I mean, Kid Rock, out here, he designs shows just for out here. I mean, one of my favorite shows, he announced his candidacy for the presidency of the United States from our stage, right? And so here's this backdrop, the big video, and there he is campaigning for, and it's all part of the show. And God, it was just fantastic. But he's another guy. He works his butt off, right? Yeah. And Toby was the same way. They just worked their butt off, and they love this country. They love patriotism. They love our Freedom Field and military tribute days. And so we're 30 some years into doing that. So we've been doing that for a long time, and these guys just fit in like a glove. And so, those two are my personal heroes. But again, every musician that come out here did the very best that he could do. And so many folks, like, again, a little quote, but the guy from Boston, for example, oh my God, this is the best show we've ever done, and the guy, Ian Anderson, from same thing, flute player. And
Jethro Tull,
so nervous about everything and so worried about playing a flute out in the open air in the dust and so on and so forth. And just went away, just couldn't believe the audience, how well received they were, right? And how the show went. So there's just many, many, many shows like that. And I don't think we ever had, anybody not do their best.
Yeah, well, we've had the pleasure of 3 years being there. We've seen Kid Rock, who's just amazing.
This year will be our 3rd year,
and but now it's become a bucket list for musicians to play at the Buffalo Chip.
Years ago, it's kind of like I was telling you at Nashville, but somebody said, we want to play, you don't have any cred unless you've played the Chip. You don't have any cred. I mean, I'm sure that's not quite true, but that was the statement. We just don't have any cred until you've played the Buffalo Chip. And so we want in.
The Chip is the only place I've ever seen where you can ride your Harley right up to the stage, and instead of cheering at the end, you tack rev a bike.
Man, it's awesome.
And it's the only place that does that, and it's just so awesome. And you get 150, 200, 1,000 bikes all revving at the same time after a song. You can feel it in your chest, and it's just the feeling of being there when they're doing that.
It's we like doing stuff that's different. And we're here for motorcyclists, and so you shouldn't really separate motorcyclists from motorcycles any more than you have to, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's people like that.
Yeah, it's totally incredible, and we've had nothing but just top-notch experiences from the staff to the people to everything that we've seen, done, tasted, smelt.
One thing that I like that your venue does that other venues don't is, like, let's say I go to another here in Florida during Bike Week or whatever. There's always cops, uniformed police walking around everywhere. Now, yes, granted, we do need the police. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to being in a venue and having fun and cutting loose for bikers, it's so nice that they're just not there. And your security team is impeccable. Every year I tell you how much I love your security team because they blend into all the bikers and they take care of things in such a nice manner that nothing really gets out of hand. And that's always something I commend you on every year.
Well, our campers are their friends too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, they're polite as can be.
Mm-hmm. Every year,
really pretty rare that anybody needs to be reprimanded and say, "Don't do that," right?
Right.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen very often out here because people are just polite to each other. They're all bikers.
That's true. That's true. I want to ask you, do you have any wild or funny backstage moments that people might not know about that you can talk about?
Oh, funny ones that were backstage. Cher was backstage, and I don't know how funny it was, but I realized that you really do need to have police protection for some people. We didn't have any, so we had to do it ourselves. But people, adults, mature people, loved her so much they wanted to touch her. They'd have ripped her to shreds. I mean, honestly, never saw anything like it. Steven Tyler, for example, or Montgomery Gentry folks, they walk around the crowd, out in the crowd in the audience, and people say hi, that kind of stuff. Just one of the guys, right? But Cher was star power, and people just wanted to touch her. That was it. And it's just that sticks out because that was crazy. But yeah, she got up on the stage though, and let everybody know that she was leaving a little early because she was having dinner with President Clinton, and she got booed off the stage. So that might be kind of funny now looking back, but yeah, it wasn't very popular. Yeah.
That's funny. Now that one was funny. Now, what I want to ask you another question. What do you think people keep coming back to Chip year after year after year? It's become a bucket list for people, and
yes.
So how important is the sense of family and loyalty within the Buffalo Chip?
Well, you have to ask everybody else about that. You know, me and my family are out here all the time, and you know, we consider a bunch of these people family, right?
Yes.
I can tell you that one time, a few years back, that this was like 2 or 3 weeks before the rally, and there's a nice little area down here in the creek, you know, under the trees and stuff, and it's that far in advance of the rally. And I come in, and there's a couple of SUVs, campers, um, parked there, and somebody set up a campsite, and there was yellow tape around it, and they were whatever. And so I thought I'd stop by and say hi to these guys, and what are they doing? And they were middle-aged, you know, maybe a little older, but middle-aged folks that were going to have a family reunion here. They'd been coming for years, and you know, their kids and grandkids had been coming, so they were having a family reunion. And I was just still kind of wondering, you know, why. And up walks this young couple, 21 years old, who'd met here the year before, and they were getting married. And so this was kind of a family celebration for that. And then their dad shows up. He's got a brand new Harley that he bought just before he came. And so this was his first ride, right? So he had this Harley, and on the back was his 80-year-old mother.
Ah!
And she had never been on a motorcycle.
Oh my.
And I
Never
mean,
too old.
she had well, I don't want to sound like I'm making fun of it or anything, but I mean, you know, it was just kind of like the blue hair. It was, you know, and
I live
wearing,
in Florida. I see him all the time.
wearing stretch pants, I swear, that were popular in the 70s. And, and she was just delighted. And he'd taken her around the campground, show her before everybody got here. So that was her first and only, you know, motorcycle ride. And then they got in their vehicles within a day or two and went off to Yellowstone, and then came back for the rally. And I don't know, I didn't get back there to see just how big of a family reunion they had, but you know, family, you got it there. There's 4 generations, bang, bang, bang,
Mm-hmm.
right there, making a family unit deal out of it. So right next to Bikini Beach, right? So worked out real well.
Yeah, right next to Bikini Beach. They had the full entourage right there. They
Mhm.
could look at everything they
Yeah.
wanted to look at.
Well, yeah, it was crazy, but anyway, that's just that. But you know, like I said, people get an affinity. I tell people there's a certain magic here that doesn't exist anywhere else, and I got that from in 2000, the record company guy that was doing a live record for 38 Special. You know, I just asked him, I said, how come you chose this place to come and do a live album? And he looked at me and he said, well, he says, it seems that this place has a certain ambiance that doesn't exist anywhere else.
That's right.
And I thought, well, I can remember that statement, right?
Mhm.
This place has a certain ambiance that doesn't exist anywhere else. And it's kind of like one of the really one of the really biggest bands in the country. The road manager told me one time, he says, you know, we've done shows everywhere from Singapore to Sydney to, you know, everywhere. And I can tell you truthfully, there ain't no place like this place anyplace else, right?
People come from all over the world.
And, I think, okay, so that's our deal, is how to make it better every year and not screw up that magic that we really didn't have anything to do with. It just happens to be here, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so far, I think we've had some success with not screwing it up, because we have people here that they come here just for the time of their life. And then we have quite a number of those people whose ashes have been spread here by their friends and family.
Yeah.
It's that just it just makes things a little more sacred, if you would.
It does. And we've had the pleasure of interviewing people that have come out for their first year and people that are out there for their 20-something year. People that have ridden from South Dakota and people that have ridden from Alaska.
Yeah, we ran into a guy that rode from Alaska last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of my things that just touches my heart, and always will, it starts off funny. About 30 some years ago, two Army buddies coming out, setting up a tent on the side of the hill across from Bikini Beach. Not really good campgrounds at all because of the slope and, so on and so forth. And so I went around and just introduced myself to the guy that was there kind of setting up the tent. And he didn't recognize me right at first. And in our conversation, he got really excited. He said, "Well, you're Woody, aren't you? You're the guy that owns this place." And he said, "Well, you know what they say. You go on vacation for a couple of weeks, you leave your best friend at home, and when you come back, your wife's sleeping with him, right?" And so he says, "So I brought my best friend with me. Hey, Ralph, and he says, I told my wife I love this place so much that when I die, I want, my ashes to be buried right here." And so 30 some years later, last year, all 85 pounds of him were brought over in an ambulance from Fort Meade here a mile away. And he met with all his people one last time from a cot, and they took him back to the hospital the day after the rally, and he passed away. And
wanted to.
Yeah, so
that is so special.
It's meaningful to people, right?
It is.
Yeah. So anyway,
for some people, it's a trek to get there, and just the whole trip and the trek to get there to enjoy the fun of the chip is the whole experience.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's a god awful lot of people here that are just coming to have a vacation and have a good time and to see what the hell's going on, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. And it is just one hell of an experience.
I don't want to make it all sound too syrupy, but yeah, it works both ways. I mean, when we first went to Iraq, this is another one of those heartbreakers. We first went to Iraq. It was Thursday morning. And 7 o'clock in the morning, there's two Army lieutenants in full dress uniforms come in and needed to locate a couple of our campers because their son had been killed the night before in Iraq. And so we had a active duty general, and we have areas out here, that we just got nothing but veterans. Army camp here, Marine Corps camp here, kind of thing. And so they decided that they would have a missing man ceremony out at the Freedom Field. Perfect, right? That's perfect. And, so there they are. They all got their uniforms on. They had some, MC, whatever they were, and so, yeah, had that missing man ceremony there with the parents there. So you talk about something to rip your heart out.
Yeah,
that's it. So that really is sacred ground, so we don't want to screw it up.
No, like I said, it's literally like standing in Arlington.
It is. It's
beautiful. When you're there amongst the flags and you got the Vietnam Wall and the eagle in the middle, it really is something. I'm a veteran myself, and I'm telling you right now, when I go in there, that's the first thing I think of. And it's looking at Arlington.
Then last year, when they had the Clydesdale horses there, it was just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful
we got some beautiful shots with the Clydesdale horses and the flags.
The Freedom Field behind.
Yeah, they're magnificent animals, and they fit right in with the patriotism. So
now you do charities too, don't you?
Quite a bit.
Oh, we have. I think they just put together a number or something. I think we've raised folks have raised here through the charities that we've put together, $3.7 million.
Wow.
Not all in 1 year, but
That's so impressive.
so yeah, and really we look for charities that have kids that are for beneficiaries. So we did Boys Ranch for a while, and we did a foster home where the police would be taking kids out of homes because of abuse and stuff, and these guys would be taking care of them. And then we found the Special Olympics in Rapid City, where it was 100% volunteer. The folks who were so dedicated to the cause, and they were taking money out of their own pocket. They didn't even have a bank account for it, because they were just paying for everything as they went. And so we thought, okay, well, there's a good cause for us. And so we still do that, and we've accomplished quite a little bit with the money that we've given them, routing it through from the Legends ride and the Rusty Wallace ride the last 3 or 4 years. So yeah, so those are just good things that you have the privileged opportunity to actually do and involve other people, and it just makes everybody feel good. And you have some fun, like when Governor Noem,
Yeah.
I got pictures with her.
rode her horse up on the stage, right?
Yeah.
Fun stuff,
She's beautiful.
Yeah, because I got a picture of her when she was the governor. That's when Lawrence Jones from Fox and Friends came for breakfast with friends at 4:00 in the morning at the Pancake.
Yeah, we've had Fox and Friends out for breakfast. I think 3 or 4 years here. So anyway, but once again, just a privilege to have some place for people to come and do stuff, and so we'll have more this year. I think you can bet on that. Okay. That's really the other thing is that about the chip is that people know that we're going to be here, and they know what to expect. They know it's going to be a little different, but they know basically what to expect. That's a nice time with a lot of very pleasant people. Just so many times, everybody's so nice here.
Yes.
What that? Everybody's so nice here. You got the security people, you got the people picking up the trash, and everybody's so friendly. Man, I don't know how that happened either, but I guess I do. It's because everybody's just happens to be nice.
They're all family.
They really do.
It's like family. That's why I said that question before, because everybody seemed like family when you're working at the chip. They all know each other. They all work well together. And it's impressive.
Yeah. Everywhere we go, everybody is nice, and we make it a point of talking to everybody.
We try to.
And everybody is
nice. We appreciate you being here and helping spread the word, right?
And thank you.
Yes, thank you, Woody.
Everywhere we want you to come.
Thank you for having such an iconic place.
Yes, thank you very much, Woody. And thank you for everything that you do for the biker community. And just thank you for just being there and having a great spot just to hang out.
Yeah, you really. Thank you so much.
It's what we do.
Well, Woody, thank you so much for being on the show. We have had a great time with you. And thank you so much for giving us your insights and everything involved with the Buffalo Chip.
And answering our insightful questions.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's all my pleasure. So if this is the end of the show, I really appreciate the opportunity to share the time with you.
Thank you very much, Woody. And again, we'll be seeing you coming up here soon.
Yes, we will.
Yes, you will. So looking forward to it.
Have a wonderful evening. Get some rest. How's the weather, by the way?
Oh, geez, it was 66 degrees Christmas Eve and 65 degrees New Year's Eve. And, we've had a couple of chilly days. But, today again, I come to the office about 5:30 this morning. It was 50 degrees.
Where you're at, it's warm.
Yeah, it's been a dream. Come true. It rained a little bit today, and that was welcome because it was getting kind of dry. So it rained today, and tomorrow I don't pay attention to the weatherman anymore. So it's going to be nice. I tell everybody the weather's always perfect here.
That is
Not everybody believes me, but that's okay.
Well, again, thank you very much, Woody, for being on the show. Thank you for everything and all your insights. And like I was saying before, we'll be seeing you shortly.
Yes, we
All
will.
right. Thank you.
Have a wonderful night, and thank you.
Yep. So I'm going to sign off and just
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
All righty. That was Woody from the Buffalo Chip. Just a wonderful man being on the show. And we just really appreciate him
answering all our questions.
Yeah, we really appreciate him giving us the time to answer our questions, because us and a lot of our fans really like to know what's going on with the chip and behind the scenes and everything that's involved with them. And to close out the show, we just have one or two things that we want to mention that we have, because we couldn't really put these on before.
We have from Mike Martini talking about the Nature Coast Bike Fest,
which is going to be March 13th through the 15th at Whispering Pines Park in Inverness, Florida. We have Camp Easy Ride, the world famous Rat's Hole bike show, the Wheel of Death, I think it's a Wall of Death, along with the Bearded Brothers, Forever Ozzy, I like them. Southern Branded Band with Pete Hunt and Jeff Vitolo, and sponsored by the Lohman Law Firm and Crystal Harley Davidson. So that's going to be the 13th and the 15th of March. That's going to be right before Bike Week. No, it's going to be right after Bike Week.
And he's also going to have a few of the Discovery Channel moonshiners there.
We know one or two of those guys.
Yeah. I believe maybe Chuck will be there.
Chuck Kitchen, the crazy moonshiner, Chuck Kitchen himself will probably want to be in there.
Yeah.
And then we have a little pop-up from Marcus, the host from Camp Easy Ride. He says, hey, Camp Easy Ride is looking forward to partying everywhere between the Cackleberry Campgrounds and Sturgis Buffalo Chip, because Camp Easy Ride is at the Buffalo Chip. And that's another thing that you could book reservations with Camp Easy Ride at the Buffalo Chip, because they are there every year. They're right across from Bikini Beach. Or Cackleberry. They're going to be at both venues. It'll be for Bike Week and Sturgis. So if you want to get in touch and be able to get with some of the best bikers and best venues, that's where you need to go. Contact Camp Easy Ride, because he will be at Sturgis and he'll be at the Cackleberry Campgrounds during Bike Week.
That's right. And we also have Barbie the Welder join on, sending peace, love, healing, all to Woody at the Buffalo Chip. How nice. Thank you, Barbie the Welder. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We had a great show with Woody. It's been a fun time. Lots of questions. I'm so glad he didn't tell us to get stuffed.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will look forward to joining you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Same time, same bat channel. And we hope you have a wonderful week. We look forward to it.
Yes.
Keep it shiny side up,
rubber side down, and remember, adventure before
dementia.
Thank you, guys.
Toodaloo.